everyone. I'm Allison. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, everyone. I'm Allison, and welcome to my weekly meltdown with Tyler, Allison, and JoJo. We have been on a little break since the Survivor finale, and yeah. So we're just checking in with everybody and going over life and things that have been going on, the shows that are about to come out this summer that we're going to be covering, and everything we've been up to and all that fun stuff. So stop it.
I mean, let's be real, Allison. You missed me too much. You just had to hear my voice, and I'm
Yeah,
not a person
that
to
was
send
it.
voice notes.
Oh God, you guys, you know what? You say what you want. I love Beth to the moon and back, but dude, I ain't sending no 5-minute.
It's the both of you. You and Beth both send like
Bite your
sometimes if I don't check my phone for like an hour or two, I'll literally check like Messenger and it's like voice note, voice note, voice note, voice note. And I'm like, I'm not listening to a
Yes, you
whole
are.
ass podcast
Yes, you are.
and like pausing my music, pausing
Yes, you
like
are.
whatever story I'm listening to.
Yeah, you are.
To hear what could have just been typed out.
Can I just say something in my defense? And hello, Kylan. Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. I put effort into it today. Listen, here's the thing. If I'm sending a voice note, it's better for you to hear it than for me to type it. Do you understand what I'm saying? That means it's worth the listen because most of the time I don't send those. But last night I had something happen. I've had some stuff going on. Excuse me. And sorry.
Stuff going on not related to that.
Yeah, sorry. It's just I've forgotten how to podcast like a lady. So I just send the notes and that's about it. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have I don't know, I have like a grab bag of like reality TV things that we can talk about. Is there any like life updates you want to share first? Wait, can I start with mine just because it's real quick? But we got our TV mounted on the wall. I was just saying that to you before we went live.
Yes, go ahead.
It's been such a game changer in our apartment. It looks so nice and it swivels too. Like it's a good one. But that's like the biggest like personal update here.
That was it.
Yeah, I mean, like truly, I'm so glad we took May off for the most part because like it was just such a crazy busy month. I had like 7 weddings total and like shoots like every day and like all this like travel and like late night driving and stuff. And so I feel like this is like the first time I'm like getting or feeling better about like my workload.
Breaking news. The big announcement that Tyler was making is he got his TV mounted and it swivels.
Yeah. I mean, that's really it. Like my life truly has just been like travel, shoot, edit till like 1 a.m. like every day and night. So not much like exciting stuff to report here. I was telling you that right here are our pile of save the dates. So you and Beth are 2 of those envelopes in there. So we have those like almost ready to.
Mine better go in first. Better go in the box first.
The very first one.
Just drop it in the slot first. I don't care. I go first.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well,
what's new with you?
I don't know if I can top that, but I'll try, Tyler. I don't know. Let's see. I had a new poltergeist reveal itself in my house last Thursday. And last night, I accidentally hit the panic button for my house alarm. And they call my husband first, who's out of town, and then they call me if they can't get him. Anyway, they call him first. I haven't even talked to him, nothing. I'm freaking out. I'm running to turn it off.
Yeah.
And then I call Chris and I go, hey, he's like, oh, I know. I already talked to him. I told him it was okay.
Without checking in with you first.
What? You didn't? Hold on. There's nobody in the house trying to kill me. You told them there was nothing going on. It was fine before you even talked to me. Not only that, he gave them the wrong password. So they called me. I had to explain what happened and
Mhm.
give them the correct password. I cannot believe after the ghost incident last Thursday and this, you just like, and I told him, I said, you know what, Chris, this sounds like the beginning of a Dateline episode. They took Allison's husband into the
It's gonna
interrogation
be a
room.
3-part documentary.
They took Mr. Kelly into the interrogation room. And they're like, well, Mr. Kelly, the alarm went off and we talked to you and you said everything was fine. Why would you say that if you hadn't, in fact, talked to your wife yet? And on top of that, somebody or something was banging on the door the other night and scared her to death. Do you have a hit out on your wife? Is something going on? You want to explain yourself?
I'm picturing all of this like from like a camera that's like mounted to like the corner of a wall in the interrogation room. You know what I mean?
And this is Chris. Oh, I can't do it. I was gonna have the camera on me. Chris would be like, yeah, all that happened, but I'm telling you guys right now, anyone that breaks into my house and listens to my wife utter anything will turn around and leave apologetically. They're not taking her. They're not touching the cats. They're not doing they're sorry. I did not mean to come into this house with you, ma'am.
If you have like an intruder, you should wire like an audio of like one of your My Weekly Meltdown like solo shows to just start playing on like a loudspeaker. That will deter any robber from investigating any further in the house. They will be like, this woman is crazy. We have to leave right now.
What are you trying to say? I mean, like, I can do a show by myself for 3 hours and talk nonstop.
I'm talking one of the like old ones, like in the car. You know what I mean? Like one of those like old gems.
I had my hair extensions and my thick drawn.
And then if you were to make it really creepy, like you could have like a bunch of projectors start like playing like videos of it, like just like flashing like all over the walls and stuff.
I'll just start singing. Because I have a video I made with my grandson the other day, and he has a little play ukulele like thing, and we play it, and I sing songs. I do Flight of the Bumblebee on it, and I'll sing and make up songs. And when he's done with me, he takes the guitar away and walks off, and I'm like, so that means no more. So yeah, he takes it away and hides it.
One of my grandmother's like favorite stories to tell about me as a like a toddler is she was playing the Lion King cassette tape in the car, and my mom started singing "I Just Can't Wait to Be King," and apparently I put my hand on her mouth and said, "Mom, you don't sing. I want to sing by myself. It's my turn."
Yeah. You children do things like that. I think every mother has a story of their child I almost gave my grandma Betty a heart attack. God rest her soul. God, I don't even want to say how long ago this was. I was like maybe 3. So it had to be like 1980. Anyway, so my grandma Betty used to watch me when my dad worked and my mom was a stay-at-home mom, but she would go do stuff sometimes, play racquetball, whatever. And then I'd get dropped off at Grandma Betty and Papa Virgil's house.
Yeah.
They had this shag carpet. It was blue. This was the softest. I'm telling you, if I could find this carpet and cut out a piece of, just make a kindergarten nap mat out of it, because I'd fit on it, I'd do it. But I would lay on this carpet and I would pass out, and she put me down for a nap in the guest bedroom, and I snuck out and got behind the couch when she was watching one of her soap operas, between the couch and the wall, because I was that little, and fell asleep on that damn carpet. She went in to check on me. I wasn't there. And she started freaking out. She ran out into the front yard and was screaming my name. And I just, get out, my little blanket. I go walking outside. What's wrong? So yeah. Anyway,
I think shag carpets should make a comeback, honestly.
Oh my God. Yeah. I'm telling you, like have one, like if you want to have that one room in the house, it's the relaxed room, stress free.
Mhm.
It doesn't have to be in the whole house. That fuzzy carpet. This carpet was so blue, you could take your finger and run it up and down, and it would change into a darker blue, and you could
Oh,
write
really?
things. And I think one time when I was little, I wrote shit. I can't remember. That
Of
sounds
course.
that or fart. One of them, probably fart. Anyway,
Sounds
so
about right.
that's catching up with being, yeah.
Wait, do you
Anyway.
want to update a baby picture of my my nephew? Is that what it is?
Oh, are we doing that? Are we doing?
Well,
Because I
you
got to
always
get a
share.
picture. Yes.
Here we
Okay,
go.
hold on. I didn't know we were
Oh.
comparing. You go ahead, bring up your
Oh no,
nephew.
not of me. Like this is just a baby picture we got today of little Adley. So this is what he's looking like.
That is your nephew.
Yeah.
I just said your nephew. You go, oh no. It's just a picture of an updated picture of Adley.
Oh, I thought that you thought that I was saying like we're getting like baby pictures of ourselves. I was like, no. It's a
hell
picture of my
no.
nephew. So this is taken today. This is what Adley's looking like.
Oh, he's so cute.
little
How's he?
bean.
1 month, 2 months? How old is he?
Why
am I asking you?
see.
Donna,
Like,
can you chime in the
I
chat,
know.
please?
Probably like 3.5 weeks, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, they're doing
3.5 weeks. No,
Mhm.
he's older than that. He's got to be
When
like
was he
a
born?
month.
Oh no, he was born April
Wow.
22nd. That's
Wow.
right. So
When was he born? Okay, Tyler.
So maybe like 6 or 7 weeks, maybe.
Stop talking.
Does-
You are
I have no
terrible.
idea.
You are ridiculous. This is unbelievable. I know exactly when my nieces and nephew were born. Damn, Tyler.
Let's talk reality TV. I don't know.
Well,
I just
hold
thought
on,
that baby
hold
picture would be cute. Okay,
It
go
is
ahead.
cute, but I got to brag too. It's
Okay.
coming through. Hold on. God dang, man. Technology's terrible. Wait a minute. Where did I send it? Go ahead. Start talking. I got to do send receive like a jackass.
Oh yeah.
Gen X.
Well, okay, so I have on our list of things to talk about today, and I see some comments from Sam and Thomas, like with some topics and stuff. But so I have for us to talk about, and I'll let you like pick which one we do first. So we'll just do it that way. So we can talk about the Challenge All Stars 4, which is currently airing, almost at the final. Polly and Cara Maria apparently breaking up. That's like in progress right now. The Traitors season 3 cast.
Okay.
Big Brother Canada being canceled. My experience rewatching Big Brother 7 All Stars for the first time in like years.
You rewatched that with Jackie, right?
Well, I didn't watch it like alongside with her. Like I was just like bored and editing, and I was like, I want to watch like a good Big Brother season. And I've like seen season 6, season 8, season 10 like pretty like recently, but like I haven't revisited All Stars in a long time.
God, didn't we do? What did we cover during?
We covered
COVID?
Big Brother 10. Yeah,
okay, that's right.
But oh my God, Allison. So I guess we can start there.
Hold
like
on.
one more. Oh, go ahead.
Jojo, damn it. Okay, hold on. You already know. I got to share my screen, and it's going to take me a minute. Jojo. Okay, so that's Archie.
Aww.
Archie
He looks just like Zoe.
He will be 4 months old.
Okay.
In 3 days, because I know the birth date of my family.
I know what date it's not. I know it's not April 19th.
I know that. Oh, don't even get me started on that. Anyway, God, if this kid pops out on my wedding day, of course.
I didn't say that.
I don't like children.
All right. So what do you want to talk about first in our reality TV roundup?
Since I just watched the Challenge All Stars latest episode, if we want to dive into that real quick,
Did you watch like the most recent episode that came out today?
Yeah.
Oh dang, I didn't watch it because I figured like you hadn't gotten to it yet. But but you can spoil it for me. Like I don't mind.
JoJo, stop. No.
I knew who wins the whole season, so I don't.
Well, I know who wins the whole season too. So me even watching it, it's just kind of like, how did they? But
Right?
they do.
Yeah.
No, nothing's really. I mean, the six people that have stars now are automatically in the final, and they don't have to compete in the next challenge. And
interesting.
Then the next 4, what is it? 6, 5, 4, 1, 2. I don't know how many people. Only 2 people can win, and those 2 a guy and a girl get a star.
Okay.
So it's Laurel and Derek. Flora drops out right before because she says, I'm too old. I can't do it. I really am hurting. And she's like, I'd like to give someone a real chance to win because, if I do make it through this and make it, I'm going to beat all of you. And who wants to lose to me? And I'm like, that's hilarious. That would be me. I'm going to dip out because if I don't, no one wants to go. I lost to Allison of all people.
Listen, honestly, I would just say like, no matter how bad I would do like in a final, there's no way it could be worse than Jay. You know what I mean? So like, I could at least say that for myself.
He has redeemed himself though. I
want to hear your thoughts on Jay this season. He's been really fun to have back.
I played Sequester with Jay twice. The first time we hated each other's guts, and the second time we actually got along to the point where I tried to save him. So and he's so sweet. I love him to death. I couldn't be prouder of him. He just did a complete 180 from the last time he was on the challenge, and I mean, he did great. Even TJ gave him props for it, as he should. Look, sometimes we get into a situation where we think we can do it. We're in over our head and we got to tap out, and it's not the best move, but it's the right move at the time. And luckily he was able to redeem himself and come back. He did lose that, what is it, in the arena to, what's his name? To Steve. Steve. Jumping off that thing, trying to land like Spider-Man. He almost killed himself.
Oh my
dude.
God. I know. I felt my legs just like shatter when he like made that jump.
I said, you're too old. Listen, stop it. We're talking about the people in the background on the Challenge All-Stars are playing solitaire and wearing CPAP machines. Why are you trying to jump off the top of the
tank? Do you remember that scene of like Steve I think it was like Laurel and Cara Marie like fighting, and Steve was literally in bed like with his CPAP machine.
That was one of the screenshots. I was like, hello, my life. Okay, you never answered my question though, from like last week or the week before. What's his name? Had something on his butt. He was laying in bed and it looked like he had a bleaching like red, like I don't know, an infrared mechanism on his butt.
Weird. I don't know.
Did you know what that was? Idea. You just totally ignored me. You're like, oh, Alison. I was like, okay. I didn't know. I didn't know he was doing something.
Well, I normally don't catch like details like that, but like I don't know. That whole like CPAP thing was like so funny. What do you think about like this whole like Nicole and Laurel mess? Because this is my first season of Nicole. I infamously stopped watching the challenge after the Rivals 3. And that was like, I think Nicole made her debut like the season after that. So I've never seen Nicole on the challenge before.
I like Nicole and I like Laurel. I like them playing separately. I see a lot of like myself when I was younger. If you break up with somebody and then you're in a situation, you just start flirting because it's convenient and it's comfortable, and then it messes with your head, and it just kind of messes with everything. And apparently this was a bad breakup, but all of a sudden we're acting like that didn't happen. And they're wrestling. There's nothing more wrestling with someone. Have you ever wrestled with anyone?
Oh, of course. But like they knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they were playing so like, and it's crazy, Allison, how like at the very beginning of the season, they literally could not like coexist in the same room or be on the same team without like in confessional being like, no, I can't hear you, can't hear you, to like
going around the corner, like, pull your pants down.
Right. It's crazy. Like, and it just feels so toxic. It feels so like, bad for all parties involved that they're like doing this.
Yeah, I don't want them to get back together. I don't know if they got back together. I like them both, but I like them separately.
Yeah.
And Nicole's a beast, man. She really is. And Laurel's a beast. And you know, I don't know. I don't really people I don't really know.
And then what do you think about like Cam and Leroy?
I love Cam and Leroy.
Me too.
I hate that Cam is gone, but Leroy is still there. He got a star, and he's killing it. He really is killing it. I hope we see him again after this season.
Yeah,
I really do. I'm not giving anything away. I'm just saying I hope he comes back again. I don't know. They just had a second baby, which I was convinced was made during this season of the challenge. Timing.
Possible.
The little girl in February. So I don't know if Cam will be back, but I would love to see. I love Leroy. Like I could hang out with Leroy. And I could hang out with Laurel. I mean, I could hang out with these people. It would be fun. Like even Steve. I mean, all of them. Ace.
Right. I mean, these are like our people. You know what I mean? Like these are like the people that we grew up with.
So Mary says, I'm so proud of Veronica.
Uh-oh.
Veronica has done a great job. Let me ask a question. How did Veronica get her star this season?
I think wasn't it given to her by Rachel in like the first or second like Elim or something? I don't know, I forget. But she's had it for a while, like since the beginning. So but nobody wants to take her out because like they all figure like we can beat her in the final. So like she can stay.
She's great. She's good. She's fun to watch. But I feel like I would have much rather have seen Flora attempt to run a final than Veronica.
Yeah. I was really happy to see Flora back. Like that was like that was probably like the best like forgotten like get person to have on this season.
Yeah.
I don't know. And it was cool to see like some really epic like matchups so far, like especially with the women. I have to say, Allison, like the women have been like carrying this season in terms of like entertainment. Like these guys are such snoozers compared to them. But like we saw Cara Maria win against Rachel and against Cam, which is very impressive.
Well, she's dropped about 160 pounds in the form of Polly Calafiore.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, this was pre that, but Cara Maria's tolerable this year. I used to be a fan in the beginning, and then it went weird with the bandanas and the Transformer-like Lululemons, and it just went weird.
Yeah.
And now she's kind of normal, kind of got back down. Yeah, exactly. Joseph said, without Polly, she is. I think Cara Maria shines the most when she's not chasing dick. I'm just going to throw it out there. When she's not lusting after a dude, and there are dudes that play better when they're not chasing the putang. So it's not, I'm not saying it doesn't happen with the guys. I'm just saying it's her. So come for me. I'm just saying she does a better job when she's just concentrating and people aren't getting fucking engaged in front of her. She does a great job.
It is wild to me how like all the girls are just so pressed by like Cara's existence in the house. Like it took like Nicole and Cam and Laurel and like everybody else to like just like figure out how to get Cara Maria out of this game, and they were all so scared to go in against her.
I'm loving Mary. I love you in the comments. This is sad. I had to think about who this was for a minute.
I know. And I love Avery.
Dude. Did they even, okay, like, I don't want to spoil anything, but today's episode, literally, she's in it for 2 minutes. And that's being generous.
Yeah.
Being generous. So,
that's a bummer because, like, I think she's a really sweet person. I think she's, like, one of the most beautiful people, like, ever on the challenge, too. And I wonder if it's because, like, her and Ace, like, started, he was married at the time that he met Avery. And during this season of the challenge, they got together. Him and his wife got divorced, and she just moved in with him, moved to North Carolina to be with him. Yeah,
I had no idea this was happening.
So maybe like they just are like, maybe that was like her story this season, but they just don't want to like to like protect like
I love
Adam's
how
like marriage. I don't know.
more respectful they are to the
To the
older
men.
players who
Oh.
really could do some serious legal damage
Yes.
otherwise. And on top of that, they TJ's like, if you win, you get $250,000, but anyone who cut, all the remaining players have to split like $25,000.
Yeah.
I wonder how that negotiate, because normally it's like you don't get shit. The second person might, but nobody get. They changed that up. It's like, oh, I'm getting something. First of all, we all know y'all asses getting paid something for being there. We're not stupid. This is All Stars. The All Stars are going to get compensated for something.
Okay, wait, this is a fun game. Who do you think got the biggest appearance fee to be on this season of the challenge?
Who got the biggest fee?
Yeah. Like, who's getting paid the most to be on the Challenge All-Stars 4? I think it's Cara Maria. Either Cara or Cam, I would say.
I was going to say Steve. I'm joking. Or Veronica.
I think Steve and Veronica.
Don't sleep on Veronica. Come on, man.
No, but like I think they'll always say yes. Like it doesn't take much financial. Exactly.
Obviously.
Exactly. Oh God, I'm sure we'll see Steve. Like I feel like he's been on like every season of the challenge.
Yeah. He's just signed up. He's just going to be there, and they may have to say, "Look, Steve, just roll it back a little. You're going to be here next season."
There are like right, like there are a few like I think like Latarian, I think like Kendall, I think like Cyrus, like there's like 5 or 10 people that are like there every.
Who was the guy that showed up one time? Like he came in and replaced. Was it Cyrus?
Yeah, and then he left like that.
What if he was the big get? What if he was the one that was like, I will only do it, but you guys are going to make me a replacement. You better double that. And they do it. And
then he gets eliminated.
He's like, I'm just going to go ahead and just get eliminated because I already got the check in the bank. What are you going to do now?
Yeah, that's true. That's smart.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, Mary, I found it. Yeah, that was in today's episode. So Veronica says she used to electrocute herself. There's a challenge in the final where they get electrocuted. Yeah. They get shocked while they're doing this thing. And everybody's like, oh, that's nothing, And Carmen's like, yeah, I used to like put this shit on my nipples, And yeah, I used to do this when I was a teenager. And then
I am like somehow not surprised.
And what's his name? Leroy goes in there and he doesn't get shocked at all. And he just starts screaming to freak everyone out from the shock.
My first question is like, what is she hooking herself up to? And where is the hooking up to her body taking place?
My generation, what am I? Generation X? What? I don't even know what I am. Generation X? Z? What am I?
I think so. Gen X.
Gen X. We used to lick batteries.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's how you tested a battery back in the day. You didn't have your freaking rechargeables everywhere and crap. You take the battery out. I don't know. It's not. Okay, you stick your tongue on it, and it's still got some charge. And if it didn't, you barely had anything, you didn't get shocked. You threw it out. That probably explains a lot about me.
Right? Would you do that with like even like 9-volt batteries?
You did it with a D. I think that a D battery was the biggest one I ever did that with.
God. Eesh.
Because like we had the toys that we had back then required the big batteries. And after you rubbed it on the carpet and rolled it around and like switched places with it 50 times, you resorted to, okay, somebody's got to lick this to see if mom needs to stop at the Walgreens on the way home to give me some batteries. Allison, where's Allison at? She loves to lick this shit. My brother, hey, come lick this battery real quick.
Oh yeah. Can I talk briefly about the challenge, or not the challenge? Big Brother All Stars. Allison, it was so good, and it made me miss like old Big Brother. Yes, like Dr. Will and Boogie and Janelle and Danielle Reyes, and Oh my God, Allison, I flew through that season again, like rewatching it. It was so good. And it's like,
Howie.
in yes, Howie, of course, like um Diane, James Ryan, I don't know, just like all of these people, right? But like I feel like I've not been giving Mike Boogie enough credit as a winner. Like whenever I rank like the winners of Big Brother, Mike is very like mid. And I feel like people say like, oh, like it's because Dr. Will did everything. Mike actually like had a few decisions that were like solely
Oh yeah.
his own or like his idea. And I see like a strategic brain in there that I don't see in like a lot of like modern Big Brother winners. Sorry,
No,
not
there's
sorry,
not a lot
Jag.
in any.
Or Xavier. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I don't know, like it was just like so cool, like to see how good all of these players were. And even then, like how much Chilltown just ran that entire season from start to finish. Like they played like the season 6 alliance perfectly. They made fools out of like Danielle Reyes and Erica.
Yeah.
They really ran the whole season and really weaponized how many comps like Janelle was winning. Like they like used Janelle as like this giant meat shield with like all these like vetoes and HOHs and stuff like that. Even though like Janelle knew that like Chilltown was like the biggest target in the house. Like it's crazy. And then also like Chicken George was just so fun to watch that whole season.
Was that the season where he couldn't eat and he sat
Yes.
in his room by himself and it was just like dun, dun, dun,
Yeah, so like that's another thing is like so they have like all of the like old school comps that like we love, but the like what you're referring to is so Chicken George, it was like a how bad do you want it power of veto, and George was going home that week, and I think it was the week that he was up with Dr. Will when Dr. Will did the like I hate you all speech that was like so iconic.
and you can't get away with that anymore, by the way.
Right, exactly. He would be canceled on Twitter.
Oh God.
But Chicken George, like the last question was like, how many days are you willing to go on slop for like to win the power of veto? And Chicken George said like the entire, I think it was like 60 days left in the house. And he made it to like final 5. So he was on slop like every day, and I think lost like 20 pounds or something, but I don't know. He was just so fun.
What was happening that night though? Is it someone's birthday or something? Or
it was a I think it was like a
party or something?
I think it was like a fiesta and like margaritas, like a reward, because they used to do like food challenges, like food comps to win for the house and stuff. So I think one of them was like a big like margarita like taco like night, and he wasn't able to like it was the whole house and he was not able to participate.
Do you remember when they had like you had PB&J, you had slop, and then you'd have slop, but you'd have like sheep balls and cow tongue.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Like I wonder why they don't do
peppermint and sardines or like yeah. And like that was something that like we got to vote on every week too, and that was fun.
Yeah.
But God, it was just like if you are looking for a Big Brother season to like rewatch quickly before the inevitable shit show that Big Brother 26 is going to be, I highly recommend All Stars. Like it was such a fun season to rewatch.
I also want to recommend a season of Survivor to watch that I think is completely underrated, to the point that Mike Bloom of RHAP just did a show on it. And I got a bone to pick with him for not calling me. Of course, he doesn't know.
I don't think he knows how much of a Thailand stan you are. I have
talked about Survivor 5 Thailand ad nauseum. And
you are the only person on the internet talking about
right.
Survivor 5.
I'm it. I might have it on DVD. I don't know. Somewhere. Mike Bloom, look it up on YouTube or whatever. He does a it's really good, and I really think that that's to me. Look, I'm not a big Survivor expert. I've watched every season, but for me, when I think about like old school Survivor, it's everything before it's like 1 through 5, and then it started getting kind of.
I think I know what you're talking about. Like
along with
like,
Big Brother.
Yeah, no, and I think it's very similar for Big Brother as well. Like, I think
Mhm.
the first All-Star season for Big Brother and Survivor were like the end of like the golden era for each of those shows.
Yes. It's
Yeah,
great.
I
Oh,
think that's
yes.
how I would bookmark it.
RHAP does have someone from their panel. Finally, someone from a
I
show
know,
around
right?
here is getting recognition. Is
It'll
what's her name?
happen someday.
Aisha Welsh. Aisha
Aisha.
Welsh from RHAP is going to be on the latest season of Survivor. So we wish her
Yes.
tons of luck. I submitted for Survivor this year. I did it. I did it. I did.
I would
Y'all,
love to see
I
you on
went on a
Survivor.
submission binge.
I think that your chances are higher to be cast on Survivor after the success of Carolyn on Survivor. Truly. I don't
I
mean
love
that in like an
Carolyn.
insult way. Like, she was
No,
such a great character.
Carolyn, and this is a good segue if we want to get into it.
Sure.
Traitors. Isn't
Mhm.
she on Traitors season 3?
Yeah, let me bring up like the rumored cast list.
I need her to be a traitor. I need her to be a traitor. Can you read down the list real quick? We don't have to
No, I'll well, we only know I
Yeah.
feel like you and I only know like half of the people.
Oh, the
So like
biggest.
I
I used
feel
to
like
watch
we'll,
The Biggest Loser. Okay, by the way, if you ever need a treat and you're like, look up The Biggest Loser on YouTube, and it would follow up on all the former winners. Ask me how many went back to their original weight. Pretty
Oh, I'm
much
sure.
all of them, and it's sad.
I mean, that's me after I go off the like the challenge that I do
There's
from my gym.
there's a documentary on YouTube about The Biggest Loser and why it's not on anymore. Because of
Interesting.
like all of the crazy drama that went on behind the scenes
Oh,
and
sure.
the abuse. Like there was like abuse, not like crazy abuse, but like, just really a lot of, I don't know, like you're so strict. Yeah, you're going to lose 200 pounds. And the minute you go home, you're going to gain it because they wouldn't give them the same support. It was all a farce. Anyway,
Oh
so
yeah,
Bob
I believe
Harper's
that.
actually a sweetheart from The Biggest Loser. I'm talking more about Jillian. Anyway, so you've got Bob. Yeah, I like him. He could
He's
be
a
a
good
traitor.
pick.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think he could be a traitor. I think he'd be good. I like Ben Harper.
We have Bob the Drag Queen, a winner of I think one of the older seasons. Beth can probably fill in the gaps for that. But
Yeah.
Beth said that Bob is an excellent person to represent Drag Race on the Traitors. And Beth thinks that Bob is going to be picked as one of the traitors. And I could see that, especially with like the Peppermint drama last year. Like, I think the traitors wanted.
Okay, and please forgive me if this is an ignorant question.
You
Was
good?
Peppermint on RuPaul's Drag Race as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because she was not. There was a lot of drama with that. So I'm
Right,
hoping
exactly.
that Bob gets treated a little bit better.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. I think production will especially because Bob's a winner of Drag Race, like not just like a competitor. Like I think that production is going to want to like roll out the red carpet for Bob a little bit better than Peppermint. And I could really see them picking Bob as a traitor, which would be really fun to see, like a drag queen being one of the traitors.
I would love it.
Next, we have Brittany Haynes from.
Of course.
I am so excited to see Brittany Haynes. I don't want her to be a traitor. I think she would be a really fun faithful.
I think she'd be a great faithful. And I would love, I just can't wait to see her little butt run around that house trying to figure it out. Because I can relate.
Yes. I bet Andrew is very excited for Brittany.
Of course. Of course.
So here we go. We have Carolyn. I'm really excited to see Carolyn play the
can't wait.
traitors.
Like just her alone. Please make her a traitor with Bob Harper.
See, I think she would be more entertaining as a faithful because she would just be so like paranoid and like pointing the fingers at everybody.
I think it would tear her up to be. She would be so conflicted if she was picked to be a traitor. She couldn't handle it, but she would handle it because she's a fucking survivor and she's got this shit. If you can beat drug, alcohol, all that, dude, you can keep it together being a traitor. But the process would be worth it alone to watch.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
We have Chanel from the Housewives of Dubai.
I don't watch the Real Housewives.
Yeah, same.
Don't
we have Selling Sunset.
No, looks like Kelly Ripa. No.
Ciara Miller. No idea. So we have Danielle Reyes. All right. So of course, I think like Danielle would make an excellent trader, but we do have to remember that there is some beef between Brittany Haynes and Danielle Reyes after Reindeer Games because Danielle blames Brittany for putting her into elimination in
Okay.
Reindeer Games.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Big Brother Reindeer Games was the biggest mistake Big Brother has ever fucking made.
What?
Besides bringing a Hans relative on the show. Let me tell you something
Why?
right now. It was stupid as hell. Everybody knew Nicole's ass was going to win. Spoiler, like it is a spoiler anyway. If Nicole Franzical is coming on the show, then she's going to win. It's going to be set up for her ass. That's it. I got nothing to, why, Danielle, do not carry a grudge with Brittany. It's not worth it, ladies. We all knew Nicole was going to win. We
I know,
all
and
knew.
it's like, Brittany, like she put Danielle into the elimination, but like Danielle could have won that elimination. It's not like Brittany like flat out voted her out or anything.
Right.
But like people have asked Danielle on Twitter, like since Reindeer Games ended, like, do you still have beef with Brittany? And she says yes, like she hasn't forgiven her. So curious to see like how that dynamic is gonna shake out, but very excited to see Danielle Reyes. We have Dolores from Housewives of New Jersey. No idea. Dorinda, she is one of the OG Housewives of New York City.
Okay.
I do know this name from Timmy, and he said she is going to be a really chaotic, crazy, just a really good addition to the show.
Okay,
we have.
This
Go
is where,
ahead.
okay, this is where I swerved to. This is where I go sideways. I did it in the chat. Wow. Because I love Zac Efron. Okay. I'm a little concerned though that we're going the Mickey Rourke route, but he did honestly have an accident and he had to have his jaw worked on. But baby, just slow pump the brakes. But I didn't know he had a brother.
Had no idea either.
I didn't know there was a show called Down to Earth with Zac Efron. And apparently his brother Dylan is on it. And I don't know, Dave Franco must have been unavailable. Frank Stallone was out of pocket. I don't know.
Or like Nikki Hilton. That would have been fun.
Nikki Hilton. Frankie Grande. I don't know where these people are. God knows I'm available, but no. I don't know anything about Dylan Efron. Yeah, Allison from My Weekly Meltdown. What? Exactly. Wouldn't that be funny though if I came and I'm Allison from My Weekly Meltdown and they treat me and like everyone's like, oh yeah, that's like she's from My Weekly and everyone's like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. Yeah. We also have Gabby Wendy from The Bachelorette. No idea.
Not familiar with her.
Okay, so Jeremy Collins from Survivor. I think they're gonna pick him as a traitor. I think the three traders are going to be him, Danielle Reyes, and Bob the Drag Queen. And I think that that could be a really good mix of people. I don't want to spoil too much, but like Boston Rob and Tony are also on this season of the traders. But I feel like either of those would be way too obvious of a pick.
Yeah.
To be the trader. I feel like Jeremy would make a really, really excellent trader. Always excited to see Jeremy.
I love Jeremy.
Me too.
Okay, this is. I have no idea this is. All I saw on the list when they released it, we had a list of the people just by their first names, and all I saw was Lord. And I said, "Well, shit! If we can get the Efron brother, then I guess we can get Jesus." I don't know, because all I saw was Lord. I go, "Well, I guess he's got nothing else going on."
Yeah, I think they're like, remember John from last season, like that guy from like the Parliament or whatever. Like, I think they're trying to like do that shtick again.
Yeah.
We have Nikki Garcia, a professional wrestler. No idea. So we have Boston Rob. You're a traitor.
Listen, I still cannot believe that this man blew his wad because he couldn't follow directions during the final challenge of Deal or No Deal Island. He looked over at somebody else's and he blew it for himself. I still can't believe it.
I didn't.
What? Am I frozen? Am I frozen? Am I frozen right now?
Oop.
Hello? Am I frozen? What's happening?
Oh, hello.
Am I frozen?
Okay. No, I think my internet
Hi.
went out. We're good. We're good. Sorry.
Oh, great. I said I'm frozen 50 times like I'm Elsa. Okay. You want to build a snowman?
But no, I was saying I didn't watch the finale. So like, give me like the
Okay,
the
so
Farmer's
I had
Digest version.
Kim Matina, of course, his arch nemesis of Dylan
Yeah.
O'Donnell. She and I interviewed her after the show, and that's on my weekly meltdown if you want to look at it. We talked about it because I asked her, I said, how did that work? And before every challenge, they come out, other people explain the rules to you. They pretty much make you repeat them. Do you have any questions? Do you understand? And every person has to say, yes, I understand. And even Rob said he did. And even in that, I guess the heat of the moment, he broke a rule and he had a time penalty. And because of that time penalty, it ended up being the 3 women in the final and not him. So, it is what it is. But it was crazy to me. This guy who has won and done all of this stuff, that is the one thing that held him up. And it's crazy. It just blows my mind. I don't know.
Well, maybe he'll do better on the Traders. We have Robin Dixon from The Real Housewives of Potomac. We have Britney Spears' ex-boyfriend.
So let's just talk about Sam Asghari real quick. This guy,
I have no idea who this guy is.
Okay, this is Britney Spears' ex-husband.
They were married, not just dating?
No, they got married after she was
okay.
freed from the conservatorship. The first thing she did was marry this guy.
Okay.
They had a prenup, and she ended up giving him some stuff, money after they got divorced, which was very sweet, and good of her. Because he was there for her. He was he really, so he's not a bad guy at all. I just was really kind of look. This guy has seen some shit. Because look, sure. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. Brittany was already losing. I love Brittany. I wanted Brittany free, but also at the same time, I'm kind of wondering if this was kind of a mistake and she shouldn't have been 100% freed. Maybe this should have been a slow. Yeah, this should have been a slow process. And instead they just ripped the Band-Aid off. There is something, and look, I can talk about this because I'm crazier than an outhouse rat. I've been in a mental institution, so come at me, please say something. There is something going on with her, and it's sad and it's scary. And I really feel like the bottom really fell out when she and her husband separated. Because she was still tame, but now that he was gone, it really got out of, it has gotten out of control. So I don't know. I just really feel like, I don't know. I'm excited to see what he'll do. I can't wait to hear the Britney stories.
I know, right? Yeah, we'll probably get some good
DNR. Yeah. Oh God, this guy, Scandival.
Yeah, so I am unfamiliar, but I know like this was such a big thing last year. Can you like give an explanation for who the heck this guy is and why all of America hates him?
Okay, I don't watch Vanderpump Rules, but I do watch Entertainment Tonight and E! News Daily.
Okay.
And the Today Show with Hoda and Jenna. So this shit, like 2 years ago, was everywhere. This guy, Tom, they call him Scandival.
Okay.
Which is scandal, play on his name. Sandoval, they call him Scandival. Apparently, I don't know everything about it, but he cheated with his girlfriend of like 10 years with another girl on the show.
Damn.
And it all unfolded in front of the cameras, and it was so bad. It was sad. And it was like a big thing. And he's kind of redeemed himself a little bit. He went on that show that came on ABC earlier this year with Jojo Sawa, what's his name from The Bachelor, Nick Vale, and this guy, where they're trained by Navy SEALs
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
I forget what it's called, but like they go through Navy SEAL, they do all these missions, and they're really put to the test. And these drill sergeants are screaming and yelling at him, and they're like, "Why are you here?" And he's like, "Because I have fucked up and I've wronged people, and I've got to get my life together." And I'm a better person. Like, I felt bad for him.
Yeah.
Like, okay, people, he who is without sin, cast the first stone. I don't see anybody winding. No, actually, I see a lot of people winding up, and y'all need to just chill. This ain't the big leagues. You're not about to get on the mound and pitch at the glass house. No, you're not. 90% of people on this planet have cheated. I don't give a fuck who you are. You've done it. Somebody's done it. You've known somebody who's done it. You've enabled somebody who's done it. You've castrated someone who's done it. And I don't mean castrated, but, giving it to them for not, you've gone off on somebody for doing it. You've lost friends over it. You've helped. You've been in a everybody has known somebody. It never ends well. It's terrible. It's the worst way to start a relationship. Nobody's perfect, but just because you're on a reality show and you majorly fuck up, that doesn't mean this guy's the biggest dirtbag on the planet. He fucked up.
Yeah.
And he was owning it on this other show. And I'm sorry, I can't remember the name. After the show tonight, I'll look it up, put it in the comments, and maybe put a link or something. But it's a really good show. Nick Vale, who, dude, I covered his season of The Bachelor. That was painful. That was 7 years ago. I'm still not over it. That was the last season I think I covered of The Bachelor because I couldn't take it anymore. This guy trying to find his true love with two heads. It was terrible.
Joseph says it was called Navy SEAL.
Was it called Navy SEAL?
That's what he's saying.
Okay, maybe that's what I don't know. Maybe that's it. But anyway, so Tony is playing. Is he going to hide again? Is he going to get under the table?
I know. Like, is he going to make a spy shack out of books from a bookshelf or something like that? I don't know.
Tony Vlachos.
I hope that Tony is not a traitor. I want him to be a faithful because he will just be so crazy paranoid and causing so much chaos. And he's just going to be running around that whole castle. I can see it now.
Who's he going to team up with? Scandival?
Probably anybody that will. I don't know what him and Boston Rob's relationship is.
God. Okay, yeah. So Wells from the back. Okay, this guy was on The Bachelorette, and then he was on Bachelor in Paradise, not as a contestant, but as the advice giving bartender.
Okay, interesting.
No, it's not. I covered the first season of Bachelor in Paradise. This was 7 years ago. 6. I don't know. I think it was January 2008. I can't remember. I covered that. Ask me how many episodes I covered.
How many episodes did you cover?
One. I covered one episode of Bachelor. It was 2 hours. It was 2 hours every week. It was the longest 2 hours of my life. I didn't know what to say. This was shit. But it was so bad, it was good. But I couldn't do it. I really have to maybe dedicate my life to something. It was terrible. But yeah, he's married to that girl from that actress from Modern Family. I can't remember her name. She's got big eyes.
Sofia Vergara?
No, the young daughter, not the youngest daughter, not Ariel Winter, the other one. The older one.
I'm not sure. I've never seen Modern Family.
What?
And yeah, that's the cast. Yeah, I've never seen Modern Family. Have you? We have been watching Hacks on HBO.
Is that any good? No, I have it saved.
I think that you will like it. I am not a comedy person. I'm really trying here with Hacks. And it's good. I like the dynamic between the two main characters because they're so different, but I just don't care about them. The chemistry is good, but
it's not you, Tyler. Why would you care?
I know, right? Exactly. Speaking of things that I used to care about.
I can't wait. Go ahead.
Chorus, who is the entertainment group that owns Global TV, they have said that they are shelving Big Brother Canada off of the fall and spring schedule for this upcoming year. and there have been like pictures and videos of them like taking out and like deconstructing the house. So that's another bad sign that like they have been canceled. I don't think they're coming back from this one, Allison. I think if I were to put money on it, like I do think this is the end of Big Brother Canada and that they've been canceled.
I'm going to tell you what it is. You can't take a show like Big Brother that's based on cameras and live feeds and take the big element. That's like having a cooking show with a bunch of chefs and we're just watching them put shit in a microwave.
Yeah.
That's not preparing fancy meals. That's a lean cuisine. I can do that I don't care. But
Yeah.
you took the element of live feeds away. And what was the mindset of that? Like who came up with that?
Yeah. So of course, like they won't like straight out like confirm this or anything, but if I were to guess, I think it's because Big Brother Canada, like of course their viewership isn't as big as Big Brother US. And because of that, they had to have a lot of like advertisers like advertising their products in like competitions and like the Wendy's segment, like things like that. And I think that those sponsors didn't want their brands associated with like the drama that comes with like the live feeds sometimes online. You know what I mean?
Do they not watch American? There's some Wendy's commercials.
Right, but like it's one thing to like have a commercial like airing during the TV show, but it's another thing to like have the brand like they had like a whole like Expedia room in the Big Brother Canada house. Like they had to, like these sponsors were like really in your face about it. And I think that like they just kept seeing like all of the controversy of like things that like problematic stuff that like gets highlighted on Twitter and stuff. And I think that like they said like we will only continue sponsorship if they have removed the feeds. And I think they tried it for 2 seasons.
No, see, big to me, and this is just me, and don't whatever. Big Brother Canada was tame compared to the shit that I've seen on Big Brother US. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Canadians are more polite. I've got some friends there from Canada. I've done some shows with them. They're very nice people. And I don't know. We're just assholes over here, I guess, but I don't know.
I think I see what you mean, but like I think the highs were higher in Big Brother Canada than they have been in Big Brother US in a long time. Okay. I think the comps are a lot better in Big Brother Canada. I think the casting was better in Big Brother Canada than Big Brother US. Like the overall production of it, minus the live feeds aspect, was so good. And like seasons 9 and 10 were like amazing seasons. To go from that to be like 11 and 12, like not having live feeds at all sucks. And it paid for it, you know?
Was season 10, because Joseph says season 9 after they came back from the pandemic and took the feeds down into the show. So was it 10?
No, season 11 is when they cut the feeds. Like we covered seasons 9 and 10 on here.
Did we?
We did, because they were amazing seasons. But so there's like a petition going around to save Big Brother Canada. I'm not signing it this time. I don't think they have earned it. Sorry.
I know something. Did you see this? Ika and that dude got married.
Oh, they did get married. I love their wedding photos. Dimitri.
Ika and Dimitri. I was on Instagram and I was like, this is the first season I watched, I think, that we covered.
Yeah.
And I was like,
remember he proposed to her like in the house during like BB Can 10? That was so cute. No, I love them as a couple. They're great. But yeah, I don't know. Like I was playing video games with Beth like a couple nights ago, and I was like, I would love to do a show like just like an RIP to BB Can, and like just like finding somebody that like was so into BB Can like myself, and just kind of like going through like I don't know, like some highlights of the of what was a really great show. So I don't know, it's really a bummer because I used to be such an advocate for Big Brother Canada, but like they have just like really
tell me about it,
fucked over their fans, and I think they deserve this cancellation. Sucks.
But it's not an official look. They could be redoing the entire house. They could be changing things up. They could be negotiating with another network.
Of course.
You never say never. But if they do bring back Big Brother Canada, I pray that it's with Tim. I pray that it's with the live feeds, because you can't call it Big Brother. It's not Big Brother anymore.
I agree. And I hope that this is like a sign, like a warning sign to the US, like don't even think about like taking the live feeds away from Big Brother US. Like it is worth it. It is worth like
Oh my
some
God,
Twitter drama, you
there are
know?
so many the people that would just die if
Yeah.
they couldn't nitpick the live feeds to death and judge every gosh damn microscopic
It's a
breath.
ritual.
It's a ritual. I watch the live feeds. I listen to the live feeds.
Yeah.
You know, I got my grandson. Sometimes we watch the live feeds. Listen, here's the thing. It's just something I have on in the background. I'm not like taking notes or anything. You know, even though we do a live feed show, it's just, you know, I'm not
Yeah.
that insane. And I'm not saying if you are, that's your pride, and great. I'm happy for you. I'm just saying there are some people who take it too far and they
Oh, of
really
course.
go out to destroy lives. So, and yeah, right. Joseph, they do judge. It's terrible. It's terrible. So,
two more things on my like little list of things to talk about. So The Mole season 2 is coming to Netflix, and I think it airs like a few weeks before Big Brother starts. And if it's anything like the first season of The Mole, they're gonna air it in 3 weekly batches of like 4 episodes. I would love for us to cover The Mole because like that first season was, I'm telling you, Allison, it was like one of the best seasons of a reality show I've ever watched. And it was casted by Robin Cass, who used to cast Big Brother US. So it's interesting that like she found like such a great cast for this show, but she like really flopped a lot during Big Brother.
Hack it on Big Brother.
But I'm telling you, I was so impressed with The Mole, and like I think like us covering it live so we can like make guesses on who we think is the mole, because they don't reveal it to us, the viewers, until
yeah,
like
but you have ways of finding out things.
I do, but like I don't think that there was any confirmed spoilers for The Mole season 1. I think it's a more like being a Netflix show. I think it's a more like closed production, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So I don't like. I will go into it spoiler free. I promise.
Okay.
Like I wouldn't want to spoil The Mole, because it was. I'm telling you, Allison, it was such a good show. I really would like to cover it. What?
I don't know, man. What else you got?
One more thing coming to Netflix. Lost is coming to Netflix on July 1st. And I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited to see like
the show Lost.
Yeah. And I feel like there's gonna be a resurgence in like people talking about this show.
Please don't.
And I think there's gonna be a lot of like new fans like watching the show. So I am gonna rewatch the series, I think, but I want to find like a podcast with somebody who is like watching the show on Netflix for the first time, like unspoiled. Like I would love to experience like somebody watching Lost for the first time.
I tell you right now, there are very few shows that I will talk about in therapy. Okay. There's 2 at the top of my list. The Walking Dead and Lost. I have flipped out on my therapist about these 2 shows. Don't ask. I'm not going to spoil anything, but there were moments where I was having like a breakdown and I was doing okay until I sat down and watched my show and something happened that pissed me off and it just threw me down a spiral. That's it. So, you know, it's just funny how some things just trigger you. But yeah, I mean, look, I would help you cover Law. It would be like watching it all over again, but I'm telling you,
I don't want to like I don't want to like cover it, but
no.
like
it's torture for me. It's torture.
Do you know that it's coming up on 20 years since the pilot this September? Isn't that crazy?
Was it 20 years ago? I thought it started in 2006.
2004.
It was 2004?
Yeah, because that and Desperate Housewives, which I also really love that show, that premiered like the same like fall 2004, both on ABC.
I thought it started in 2006.
Mm-mm.
We need to verify that because that's going to plague me. Hold on a second. Let's look.
I think it was September or something. 2004.
Oh, 2000. You're right. You're right. I'm thinking, okay, yeah, wow.
Isn't that crazy?
What? spoiler, just turn it off now if you're going to watch it, because I'm going to spoil something on Lost.
Yeah, go ahead.
The first episode's amazing.
Yes.
Like this was like the first kind of show my son and I kind of watched, but he was like 8, and he would watch it here and there, and I would explain, God, having to explain what happened. That didn't make any sense. Tell me about it. And I'm not even skipping anything, Jacob. Trust me. But that first episode when, what is his
Jack,
name?
Charlie, Kate,
the guy
Curly,
the older guy,
Locke.
When Locke, you find out, was in a wheelchair, and all of a sudden he can walk. Locke can walk. That was a moment. And I'm going to tell you something. The best thing about watching TV 20 years ago, we're going to go down memory lane, just hush. The best thing about watching TV 20 years ago, it didn't get spoiled like it does now. I didn't know what Lost was about. They did press junkets, all of this stuff. You had an idea. It was a plane crash on an island. What's happening? And they're like, you've never seen anything like it. Oh, you got that right. And I still can't forget it. 20 years. Fuck. Anyway, maybe 2006 when I started getting pissed off, and I stayed with it for 4 more years. Anyway, so we didn't know. You really didn't know stuff. You found out, and then you had like blog boards and all this other stuff, but you really didn't know. And then you had shows like that. Another show, Heroes. I really think the original
me and Timmy
Heroes,
we just rewatched like the first 2 seasons of Heroes. That was good TV before it got really bad.
That first,
that first season is really good.
Who saw that coming? That so-and-so could fly too, and so-and-so caught so-and-so, and he can fly. Like that really, you didn't know stuff. I feel like, they even tried to bring back Heroes, and it didn't
Heroes
work.
Reborn, it was not good.
It didn't work. I will be honest with you. I feel like if they brought back Heroes with Milo Ventimiglia, Hayden Panettiere.
Well, they killed Claire in Heroes Reborn. So like if they did
how did they kill her?
So they said that she died during childbirth because her child had a power that blocked other people's powers around them. So she was able to die during childbirth.
Okay, so that's some Wolverine mutant Marvel shit going on right there. Okay, so I get that. Crazy enough, I understand what that's about. I think, okay, anyway, see, I didn't really watch it. But my whole thing is like, look, you've seen Days of Our Lives and all that shit. They can bring people back. Who gives a fuck? You could do a resurgence of Heroes and just pretend like that.
Yeah, maybe that's
that never happened. Like we can do that.
I'm telling you, Allison, like Hayden Panettiere, rewatching it very recently, like within the past year or two, we've rewatched Heroes, and she was so good as Claire. Like she was not just some dumb bimbo cheerleader. Like she played that role very deep. Her relationship, being adopted, with her father and stuff, was a really good dynamic between the two characters too. It was of course Milo Ventimiglia was amazing in the show, but Hayden Panettiere was so good too at such a young age.
And when you found out who her biological father was, that was a big moment. There were big moments. There's something called moments that we had back then, because if you want to get Heroes started in 2006. That's what it is.
I think that's right. Yeah. That sounds
so
right.
that's 18 years. So back then we had moments in this. I can remember watching The Simple Life with Paris Hilton.
Me and my sister loved that show. Yeah.
And I thought that was
I had all them on DVD.
Well, I probably have Survivor Thailand on DVD. I can't say that. But that back then was new, and it was something. But anyway, what I'm saying is you guys will never know. Some people will never truly understand. My daughter-in-law and her sister started Grey's Anatomy, and they'd never seen it. Yeah, they started from the very beginning.
I've never seen Grey's.
I've never seen it either. I know nothing about it, but I don't think there's any spoiler websites going on. We all know Patrick
Yeah.
Dempsey died at one point and he was who cares? But I mean, like, everybody knows that kind of stuff. But I've never seen Desperate Housewives.
Really?
Yeah, I've never
Allison,
seen.
you would love that show.
I
It's so good.
didn't watch it because Eva Longoria was getting on my nerves, and I couldn't bring myself to do it.
I know Beth is a huge Desperate Housewives fan too. So if we needed like a show to watch, like I've probably seen that series like maybe like 3 or 4 times all the way through. Like I really love Desperate Housewives. It's good.
Well, speaking of it's a show that I stumbled on by accident, I want to bring up real quick. If you have access to A&E, you need to watch this show. Season 2 just started, and I just binged season 1, and it's
What show is it?
10 episodes. Inmate to
Yeah.
Roommate. Okay, it's called Inmate to Roommate. And I watch I watch Life During Lockup, Love During Lockup, Life After Lockup, Love, all of those fucking shows on Wii. I watch them because I watch 90 Day Fiance. I'm into all that shit. But this is Love After Lockup without the love. Okay. This is like people coming out of prison who really don't have anywhere to go. And they're staying, like, they know if they go stay with their family and certain, they'll go back to old behavior. So they are actually trying to do better. So they're going to live with people that they met online, or like friend, like have families and stuff, and these people really want to mentor them and all of that. And some people make it and some people don't. I really enjoyed it because it took the love shit out of it. It was just really good. I knew everything that was happening though, because I am a scholar of Love After Lockup universe. So everything that these people, I could pinpoint what each inmate that was being released was going to do as soon as they got out. And I'm telling you right now, I nailed it every time. I nailed it every time.
I feel like that's like right up your alley.
It's right up my alley.
You should make like the wiki for that show.
I don't think anyone's covered. I can't find anything on it. I may have to do a solo on that because, man, it's crazy. Because I could throw in my knowledge from Love. I know a lot about getting released from prison just because of these shows I watch. But anyway, look that up. That's a lot of fun.
One more thing I wanted to share is I've kind of been talking about this like off and on like during the show, but I'm part of this like huge like Big Brother rank down that's happening on Reddit, and one of our viewers, Pokemon Fan 98, is also like one of the rankers in it. But basically, we like there's 5 of us, and we all took turns like nominating like one random house guest from Big Brother that like we don't like, and we started with a pool of like 15 people, and then so each turn like each of us like cut one of those people from that 15 and add another person to the pool. So that's like, and this is also including like Big Brother Canada house guests too. So we're talking like over 600 people that we're like going through a rank down. So we're down to like the last like 250. And I want to show you the spreadsheet of who's remaining. Because I want to ask you about BBOTT. Because that's my my weak point here.
Hold on, I can't see shit. What are you showing me here? What is this?
So these are like the remaining house guests that have not been cut from the rank down, and the red people are the ones that are currently nominated. But I wanted to ask you about Big Brother OTT and which house guests are remaining. So here's BBOTT. So we have Morgan, Justin, Shelby, Whitney, and Alex remaining.
Alex is the one who won the season. She won Big Brother.
Morgan won that season.
Morgan? Yeah, it was Morgan. Yes, sorry. Morgan won. Wow. How did you know that? And I fucked that up.
Well, because it's like the first place is always like the first name. Like this is going in order of like the boots. But like, should I cut anybody from BBOTT soon, or do you think the people remaining are like really good characters? So we have Morgan, Justin, Shelby, Whitney, and Alex.
Justin was interesting, but not that interesting. Like I would have kept Christy over Justin.
Okay.
So he was from New Orleans and he had like that New Orleans act. He was a really cool guy, but there wasn't really much going on there.
Yeah.
Whitney Hogg, I can't. Oh, she was a character, but
So
you
keep her
could do.
around.
You could.
So Justin should go first out of like these remaining people, you say?
Yeah, I would get rid of Justin, and then if I
Okay.
had to pick another, do you have to pick another one?
Well, like, so I would cut one of the people nominated. So, like, for instance, I would cut like Nicole Franzel 2.0, and then I get to add like a new person to that nomination pool.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
It would be. I mean, if you had to pick someone who just, I'd cut Whitney or Justin. I mean, Whitney, I can't even fucking remember. Excuse my language, but I can remember Justin.
Yeah. Okay. Remaining from Big Brother 25 is Hisam, Corey, America, Suri, and Felicia. Everybody else has been taken out already.
America is still there.
Yeah, I think America's probably. I would consider nominating America like pretty soon. I would say. Yeah. Frenchie's currently nominated.
Oh my god, what is this hell? I don't. I'm so confused.
So the red names are like the current nomination pool.
Okay, I got you.
So those are like the pool of people that I could make my cut from. And then once I cut somebody, I add like a new person. So like if I cut Becky, I would then like nominate like Vanessa. You know what I mean?
No, but I would cut Justin or Whitney.
Okay. All right. Cool. That's all I needed to know, because like BBOTT is like my blind spot.
It's was the taking notes on Big Brother. I had to start numbering my pages when I was taking notes, because during one show I threw my paper up in the air because I was so freaking confused and I didn't have the numbers, the pages numbered, and I was like, well, now I really can't tell you what is going on because I don't know.
That's funny.
The only thing I will say about Big Brother OTT is I could have done without is the live. Here's the thing. I don't need to see them setting up for the veto comp. I don't need to see them sitting around waiting outside for each person's turn. That kind of stuff, just I don't give a shit about.
I would love to see that, like the production.
They don't show you. All they show you are the people sitting there waiting. You don't see production. You don't see them doing anything. You hear stuff. So you're just literally hearing shit in the background and them sitting there. And, you know, I think if they left me in charge of Big Brother OTT 2, I think it'd be a much better show.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Do you think they'll ever do another OTT? Probably not.
Not only will they probably do another Big Brother OTT, it'll probably only air on fucking Facebook, and that'll be the show I get on. Kind of like how the real world died.
Yes, yeah, exactly. That's your claim to fame.
Yeah.
A Facebook season.
Yeah. Well, who cares? We're on fucking Facebook. Nobody cares. Yeah. Nobody's watching.
I can picture you saying that, like if you were to get cast on a certain YouTube show that was filmed live, I could see you just like turning to the camera, like breaking the fourth wall and being like, well, who gives a shit? We're just on YouTube.
It's just like a YouTube. Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, I think that's it for this reality TV roundup. Anything else before we head on out? Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, Hulu released the Brat Pack documentary about the 80s.
Interesting.
Pack. I lived through this time. I was granted.
The Breakfast Club is my favorite movie.
The Breakfast Club, St. Elmo's. There are other members of the Brat Pack. Now, there's the core group, but there were other people that were also considered. So Andrew McCarty has interviewed other people, and I haven't watched it yet, but I was only like 8 years old when St. Elmo's Fire came out, but my brother was 13, and he and his friends were in love with like Demi Moore
Yeah.
and all of these girls that were in these films. And so I was exposed to it. Rob Lowe, Emilio Estevez, all of these guys, Andrew, it was again a more adult themed films during a more innocent time where you didn't have spoilers and you didn't know, and you had to go to the movies to see this shit, and you had to wait you had to wait 8 months for it to come out on VHS, and you're waiting at Blockbuster outside the dadgum Dropbox return for someone to come. You don't want to know how many Friday and Saturday nights Lil Allison spent at the stalking the Dropbox, waiting for movies to come back. My parents dropped me off one day at Prime Video, which was a very short-lived video store that rivaled Blockbuster, waiting for a movie. I don't remember what movie it was, but there was one coming back, and I was at that store for maybe 3 hours. I got that fucking movie.
Nice.
That's determination.
Can't even remember what it was.
There was a New Kids on the Block video that I waited for one. Let me tell you, I don't play. I also had a chop shop where I could copy movies that were uncopyable. Yeah.
You had the hookup.
I had the hookup. I knew how to do things back in the day, copying. They thought they were slick, but they were not. I will tell you that right now.
We recently did that because the Taylor Swift concert movie is only available to be streamed, not purchased. So we may or may not have paid somebody to rip us a DVD of the concert, just in case. Physical media is important. And owning your stuff is important.
Right. Let me tell you something. This was before the days of freaking Napster and downloading music and movies. This was when, like, you innocently, I want The Lost Boys. I want it on VHS, and I want it now. I don't want to wait a year till it comes on fucking Cinemax or HBO. I want it right now. We're going to rent it, and we're going to figure this out. And we did it. So, I mean, I'm not saying it's like, okay, yeah, it was illegal and it wasn't good to do that, but this was the 80s and early 90s. Okay, it was a totally different time. It was totally different. But anyway, yeah. So I don't know the Brat. Watch that because I think I might talk about it. Okay. I'm thinking about doing something with that, and
cool.
Yeah, that'll be really good. Don't watch the Bon Jovi documentary on Hulu. Don't
tell my mother that there is one because she'll make me watch it with her.
I am so disappointed in this freaking documentary. I needed more Richie Sambora, and I didn't get it. That is who they need to be interviewing. I need Richie Sambora. 3-part documentary on Hulu. I love John Bon Jovi. Congratulations, he's got a new daughter-in-law. Millie Bobby Brown got married to his son, but he's a great guy. Whatever. Listen, here's the thing. Don't want you to see it. Do watch Presumed Innocent, the series on Apple TV with Jake Gyllenhaal. That is based off of the Harrison Ford classic from the 80s, Presumed Innocent, where Harrison Ford walked around with his infamous Blade Runner haircut. And you know when he's sporting the Blade Runner cut, he's being naughty. Anyway, I could do a whole other fucking show about all of this stuff. So, yeah, that's happening. I may do another little what I'm watching with Allison later on. So, yeah.
I do want to announce that we are tentatively aiming to do that brand steal for Survivor 50 next week. So we'll be chatting like in our group chat about like the details for that, but I think we want to aim for like a week from today, like next Wednesday at like around this time. But just to recap, like roughly what we're thinking is like so me and Beth will get a tribe each.
Do I have to pick people?
So we have total control over who we are casting on our tribe. And it's going to be second chances from Survivor 35 and up. So no Boston Rob, no like Sandra, no Parvati, like only people who have not had a proper second chance, and no winners as well.
So
So,
you're
start
going to
thinking
make
about
it
it.
difficult on me. I'm going to have a list of people. You'll be like, no, Allison, no, will you not follow directions?
Well, definitely come with like a lot of names anyway, because like I'm sure
Bring
there's going to
everybody
be
from
some
Thailand.
overlap.
To name people from Thailand. Because none of those people have been brought back, I don't think, but maybe one. And
So we'll like draft that season, and then we'll like play it out in a brand seal. But I'm excited to see like which tribe comes out on top. I think that'll be like an interesting dynamic, is like rooting for like the Allison tribe and rooting for the Tyler tribe and stuff.
I think
Anybody?
honestly, I think JoJo should be a candidate, considering he was rescued the night that Survivor 40, what is it, 44? What was it? What season were we on last September?
Oh yeah, that's 45, I think.
45? He was
Yeah.
rescued that night, and he is a survivor.
Hey, if you want to make one of your 6 JoJo the cat, I'm okay with that.
You guys are going to take this so seriously, and I'm going to show up with a list with my fucking cats.
You're going to be like JoJo, Gabler.
And like my favorite pets.
But yeah, I'm excited to do that. So tentatively next week, but we'll like announce like more details once we get our shit together.
We will be covering Big Brother,
of course,
26 per usual. However,
26.
Yeah, God,
crazy.
I have mentioned this is half my life, right? I was 23 when it started. Now I'm 40. I'm still doing this shit. Anyway, they are being very stingy with the release of the cast. So any analysis or thing that we do will probably be the night before the freaking premiere.
Yeah, and we'll probably be live like while every other podcast is doing the same exact thing.
So who knows? We may just record it and then post it. I don't know. It doesn't have to be whatever. But that's
no, I don't care that we have competition, but like it's frustrating that like they wait till last minute so that like we have to do that. You know what I mean?
There is no competition when it comes to My Weekly Meltdown. Everyone beats us. We are the last show. We are the last show that anyone watches. Oh, what is this shit? Oh, I'm going to listen to it for 2 minutes and totally judge these people. This is supposed to be a show about Survivor. You didn't talk about Survivor within the first 4 seconds. What a fake. Misleading advertisement. I have advertising for this show. Where? Show me.
Show me the money from the advertising.
Show me the marketing campaign. Because I've been doing this for 9 years this August. 9 years.
We have to do something special for the 10-year anniversary.
If I'm put me on a fucking show,
I'm sure we'll still be here.
That'll be when I get put on a show. For the 10th anniversary is out. Yeah. And
hey, if you get cast, I'll hold the fort down. Don't you worry.
I'm going to reenact the first video I ever made with the hair extensions and Groucho Marx eyebrows with my printouts.
I love it.
All right, guys.
We'll see you guys next week for that brand seal, but everybody have a good rest of your night. Take care. Bye-bye.